Hi my Thirsty Horse friends, how's things? I just want to talk to you today about what's important and what's urgent. Everything in the urgent world is external to you, and everything in the important world is internal to you. So you've got to sort of say to yourself, decisions and actions you're taking on a daily basis, are they in the urgent world or are they more in the important world? So in the important world you have control, and in the external world you have no control. Now, sometimes you're going to have to deal in the external world, but you want to try and get your balance right there as far as internal, external. I'll give you a little story about what I'm really talking about here, and that means, like, I remember when my boys were young, and every Tuesday and Thursday I'd have to pick them up for footy training at about 3 o'clock, and I was in my office, and invariably at 2:50, 2:53 or something like that, somewhere close to 3 o'clock, the phone would ring. There'd be somebody who wants to make an appointment to look at a house. I was in real estate in those days, and he said, I've got to look at it now, mate. I'm cashed up, I'm ready to go. Let's go look at that house. And I've got to confess, in the early days, I'd say, yeah, righto, let's go. And I'd have to ring my boys and make one of the worst calls I could ever imagine making, and that was say, boys, I can't take you to footy training. Something else has come up. Something urgent's come up. And so, that was the way it went on for a while, until I started to think about things like more high consciousness situations and, evolution and personal growth and self-development. I thought to myself, my boys are important and this guy's urgent. But, at the time I'm thinking, well, it's 10 grand in commission here. So, I was chasing the power game, more cash, more money. And my boys were missing out on footy training. And that's really a lot more important than the 10 grand that I might pick up in commissions. So sure enough, I changed that paradigm, and the phone would go off 2:55, 3 o'clock. Mate, I need to look at a house and I need to look at it now. And I'd say, sorry, I've already got an appointment, and I'll show you at 6 o'clock tonight. I'll show you first thing in the morning. And that was it. And I'd be off to pick up my sons to go to footy training, because they're important and he was urgent. And sometimes you just got to sort of like draw that line and say, I'm going to go and do what's important, and you need to do the same thing. You got to think about what's important in your life, what's urgent. The urgent stuff will always be there. It'll be around for the rest of our lives. Something urgent's going to be out there in the external world. Some emotional thing, some power game, some sensation game, whatever game's being played out there, it's going to be coming your way. And you got to say, well, is that taking me in the direction I want to go? If I make that decision, is that where I want to be heading? Am I going forward? And normally you're not. And whatever's important in your world, and you need to know what that is, that's where you should be going. That's the direction you got to be going in. So what's important, what's urgent. Think about it. Make the right decisions. Like I say, invariably it all works out anyway. The guy that wanted to look at that house at 3 o'clock ended up looking at it at 9 o'clock the next morning. So it's not a big deal really. You just got to say, okay, well, this is more important, I'm going to do that, and you go and do it, whatever it is. And so your thoughts, I don't know how many thoughts we have a day. I've forgotten the stat, but there's a lot. And whatever you're thinking about all day, every day, is an urgent, important game as well, normally. So you want to sort of like be the observer of your thoughts and say, oh geez, I've been thinking a lot about that external, out of my control, emotional drama, suffering thought pattern a lot today, and that's not a good deal. So you need to spin that around. You need to spin it around to say, well, like, okay, let's start thinking about the important stuff, the positive stuff, the waterhole stuff, or your thirsty horse travels. So, and just think about, like, what, just one of your thoughts. If you get that negative thought coming to your mind, just let it go. So, no, that's not good. That's not taking me where I want to go. I'm going to release that one, let it go. What's the next one? And largely you'll start thinking about the positive ones and the important ones that are important to you, your success, your freedom, and your happy, joyful life coming up. So yeah, just start thinking about that a little bit. Just remember, just observe your thought patterns, because you are just an observer of all this stuff that's going on. So, and then you'll find that as you keep evolving with this channel, and as you keep growing and become that conscious warrior, and remember, I always do say the conscious warrior, because you you've got to have a strong body to get you around the planet. You've got to have a strong mind to keep on evolving and growing and moving forward. So it's a discipline game, but it's a fun game as well. You know, I wouldn't change anything for the world as far as, you know, evolution, conscious warrior, and thirsty horse waterhole stuff. So it's just where you but you'll find as you keep evolving along those lines that you'll keep on thinking more about the important stuff that's important for you, and not so much of the urgent stuff that's not important to you. Okay, so keep that in mind tomorrow, tonight, now, wherever you may be. Think about, you know, whatever you're thinking about, just ask yourself the question: is it urgent or is it important? You know, if it's urgent, it's usually out of my control, not taking me where I want to go. If it's important, it's in your control, and it's probably taking you where you do want to go. So keep that in mind, guys. That's about it. It's sunset time here. Can you see it? It's coming up. So I'm off for some dinner. All right, catch us later. Have a great night. Have a great day, wherever you may be. Keep moving forward. Keep evolving. And remember, you're a conscious warrior moving forward to the sunny shores of your ideal. That's where you want to be, where it's friendly, safe, happy, positive. You know, that's where you want to be. So off you go. Let's go. Catch you later on. See you tomorrow.